immorality, drugs and alcohol, we tend to think these are worse sins possibly than things like bitterness or unforgiveness.
Or lying.
Or yeah.
That seems
There's something in our minds that see these sins worse than those sins. But you said it correctly, that the deeper ones. So maybe they don't look as bad on the outside, but they still have the same effect, don't they?
Yeah, sometimes I don't think we think as those as much, like lying and stuff like that. But the devil's the father of lies, so you know what I mean, if we are lying, then we're lining up with him.
Right, very good. So these are some of the works of Satan, how he destroys lives. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, David, for expounding on that. Hebrews chapter 2, verses 14 and 15. Let's read those verses, and let's see what God is going to destroy here. Hebrews 2, verses 14 and 15. Somebody really likes Ecclesiastes 12:7. Okay, that's not on our list right now, though. Go ahead, Amber. You got it. Go ahead.
Okay. Inasmuch then as the children have partaken of flesh and blood, he himself likewise shared in the same, that through death he might destroy him who had made power of death, that is, the devil, and release those who through fear and death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
All right, so in our verse, what is God going to destroy there?
Give me just a minute. He's going to destroy him.
Is the microphone not working?
Sorry. He's going to destroy him who has the power of death, so the devil.
Okay, he's going to destroy the devil who has the power of death, and then thus destroying death. Yeah,
Right,
very
destroying
good.
death.
Yeah, no, it's very good. All right, thank you.
Death won't exist.
Yes, very good. All right, so those are just some things we need to just see according to the Scripture, and see that that God is not trying to destroy the earth in itself. He's destroying those things that have caused the earth to be a place of sin and suffering. Okay, so that's what God goes to work doing. Because of its the nature of sin, it has affected the earth. God makes a new earth that is not going to have this existing in it. Okay, so our experience in heaven and in the new earth is going to be so much different than the experience now. Just try to now imagine an earth that has not been impacted by sin the way our earth is right now. Okay, things are the way they are for a certain reason. We've always known it to be this way because we were born in this earth. For some of us, we think it's normal, the normalization. Some people may grow up in a neighborhood where alcohol and drugs is just everywhere, and it's normalized to them. Okay, so imagine being in a world where these things are not normal anymore. Or maybe you grow up in a home full of violence and anger and pain. That's not going to be the existence on the earth and the new earth that God's bringing. All right, so we're getting ready to change to the next. So we're going to go to day 14. Is there any questions or thoughts before we advance? Questions or thoughts? Okay. All right, so now let's talk about, on day 14, a new earth, a real earth. Okay, so as we go to this, Martin Lloyd, as an old preacher, gave a quote I'm going to share with you. He says, everything will be glorified, everything will be glorified, even nature itself. And that seems to me the biblical teaching about the eternal state. That what we call heaven is life in this perfect world as God intended humanity to live. When he put Adam in paradise at the beginning, Adam fell, and all fell with him. But men and women are meant to live in the body and will live in a glorified body in a glorified world, and God will be with them. Okay, and Randy Alcorn says, and I'm going to give out some verses here, but I want to share this thought with you. In his book, he says, many people can't resist spiritualizing what the Bible teaches about heaven. According to evangelical theologians, many times, while heaven is both a place and a state, it is primarily a state. What does this mean? Another theologian writes, Paul does not think of heaven as a place, but he thinks of it in terms of the presence of God. When a person is present, doesn't that suggest there's a place? One book puts place in quotation marks wherever it's used to describe heaven or hell. It says paradise is a spiritual condition more than a spiritual location. But Jesus didn't say that heaven was primarily a state or a spiritual condition. He spoke of a house with many rooms and said he would prepare a place for us. So this is something I wanted to just share with you, that there is a literal heaven and there's literal experiences, and we want to think about that for a moment. So let's look at that verse. John chapter 14, verses 2 and 3. And let's read these verses. And who can get those verses this morning? Who can read? John 14, verses 2 and 3. Okay, Rick Alvarado, get that. Then I need someone to get Genesis 3:17. Okay, Pastor May, get that. Can you also get, well, actually, we'll stick to that. And let's see, Acts chapter 3, verse 21. Who can get that? Okay, Cynthia, get that. And then Luke 2:38. Who can get that? Luke chapter 2, verse 38. You want to get that one? Okay, Abel. All right. And then Matthew 19:28. Matthew 19:28. Who can get that one? Giovanni, get that one. And we may run out of time by that point. So let's get these. If not, well, I got some more. So I want you to think about this for a moment. Martin Lloyd quoted at the beginning of, or that quote, men and women are meant to be something. Okay, we're meant to be. Okay, we're meant to be renewed. We're meant to be restored back to original things that God has done. So let's think about what Jesus said about in John 14, 2 and 3 for a moment, because Jesus' words. And by the way, Jesus talked about the eternal state more than any figure in the Bible. Jesus talked more about heaven and hell than anybody else. I think, I don't know if it's true or confirmed or anything like that, but someone recently told me that Kirk Cameron doesn't believe in hell anymore. This is the guy that made The Way of the Master. I don't know if it's confirmed. Maybe somebody can research that for me or find that out. I don't know. You know something about that, Mark?
It's not that he doesn't believe in hell. He doesn't believe that it's eternal.
He doesn't believe it's eternal.
At some point in time, I guess he'd be taken out of hell.
Okay, so maybe, that's an interesting thought. Like a crock pot theory. All right, we go to hell, and then like a crock pot, it ends, and you come out. Where do you go from there? Yeah, Melissa? We do the mic for online people? Yeah, okay. What did I miss? I missed something? Okay. So Eric, I just need you to be quick at that microphone, brother. Okay. So anyways, Jesus spoke the most about heaven and hell. And Jesus speaks about these places in detail. Okay, so when Jesus speaks about heaven and hell, he doesn't speak in allegory. He doesn't speak in parables. He says, this is what it's going to be like. He says, it's going to be like this. Like means similar. Means I'm trying to explain something to you that you can't know, but I'm going to explain it based on what you do know. So this is many times how he would explain things. So let's read these verses. Who is it, Rick Alvarado? Yeah, so go ahead.
It says, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you also may be.
Okay, very good. So have you ever met, I've met people like this. I don't want a mansion. Too bad, right? I just want to go to heaven. Well, I mean, what makes us think that we can, like, okay, I'm going to make my own deal in heaven. Jesus, you keep your mansion, and I just want to stay on the sidewalk. What makes you think that you're going to call, like, the shots on how God's going to do this? I've met people that really think that that's something they can do. Melissa, are you one of those people? No. Okay. Yes. I'm using the microphone. She wants the microphone, Eric. She wants them to say something. Yeah, okay. Now I get it. I'm sorry. He's coming.
I think that's a lot, people that have false humility.
False humility.
Yeah, because...
which is really pride.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, Like, it's so unspiritual to want a mansion, but I'm so spiritual that I don't want a mansion, you know.
Yeah. Sounds humble, right? Humble, 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 humble. but this is what Jesus says. In my Father's house are many rooms. So, God's not going to change his living arrangement, because you don't want a mansion. Okay, no more mansions, No, he's not going to do that. Jesus just says this is the way it's going to be. And he's preparing a place for you, right? So we miss out on the idea that he's made something for us. He's prepared something for us. Eric, there's some people in the back of the room that want to say some things.
I think some people think, oh, if I'm poor, then I'm blessed. But I don't want to be poor, and I want to be blessed, like, financially and stuff. And I don't think, like, you have to live all, like, raggedy clothes and, oh, I'm so spiritual because of that. Like, no, go get a job and don't be poor.
All right. Okay. Does somebody else? Carly, did you have something? Yeah, go for it.
I mean, personally, I always thought if I had a mansion, because I like being around people. So I'm like, well, you're in your place and he's in his place, and
okay.
like I want to be with other people. So to me, like I don't want to have a whole big house all by myself. I mean, I want everybody to be around.
Okay, all right. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Well, I think, now on earth, we should be humble. Like, we shouldn't be after money and mansions and those kind of things.
Right.
Once we're in heaven, hey, I'll take it.
Sure, absolutely.
Give me all the gold, anything you want to do, Lord.
Sure.
I'll be blessed and be happy.
Absolutely, yeah. And I understand, Carlene, your viewpoint, because we tend to think about, in heaven, we tend to take our experiences here on earth or our thoughts here on earth and transfer them to heaven. But nowhere in that verse does it say we're going to be kind of like lonely to ourselves. Jesus says, I'm going to be with you, and this place is for you. So, the encouragement there is that, and where our thoughts need to be is that for each person that's going to make heaven their home, God has specifically has a place for all of us, and that's to encourage us. And his presence is going to be there. Where I am, you will also be. So we will not be separated from God at all. He'll be with us all the times. And yes, there's fellowships that will be going on a lot. So, but very good. Okay, good thoughts this morning. Genesis 3:17.
Then to Adam he said, because you have heeded the voice of your wife, and you have eaten from the tree which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake, and in toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life.
Okay, so here's the question, Pastor May. In Genesis 3:17, we see that our world was damaged by sin. So how will God restore it according? And you don't have to read these chapters now, but you probably know them already. In Revelations chapter 21 and 22, do you know how God's going to restore that predicament?
He's going to make a new heaven, a new earth. That heaven is actually going to come down to earth.
Okay.
And he's going to dwell with men.
All right, very good. So these are, by the way, Revelations chapter 21 and 22 have a lot to say about the experience of the new earth. So anybody that want to, just like if you're going to buy a house, and you know how the realtor puts an advertisement up, and this house has 4 bedrooms, it's this many square feet. You look at all the pictures of it. Why do we do that? We do that because we want to see what our future house is going to look like. We already want to go and this is how this is going to be. We can have fellowships here. We can do this here. We start doing that. Well, in a way, Revelation 21:22 is like the real estate thing. Like go and see what your future home's going to look like. Go and see what that's going to be about. So if you believe you're going there and you want to go there, it'd be a good inspiration for you to go and check that out and see where your future's at. Okay. All right, let's talk about the coming and renewal of all things. This is day 15. The coming and the renewal of all things. Acts chapter 3, verse 21. There's going to be a question here. And the question is, where is Jesus now? And what will be restored? So I can't help but to share this with you, but every now and then, and sadly it's more now than then, that I meet people that tell me, where is Jesus right now? Is he walking right there? Recently I had a man that didn't say he was Jesus. He told me he was the angel of Jesus. And this isn't all common people, but I tend to run into them now and then. like I said, more now than then. And the question isn't some weird, super spiritual question. It's just according to the verse of Scripture, where is Jesus now and what will be restored? Okay, Acts 3:21. Who's got that? Yes.
Whom heaven must receive until the times of restoration of all things, which God has spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began.
Okay, so where is Jesus now and what will be restored?
Jesus is in heaven, and let's see. He's going to restore all things
Okay,
since the world began.
all right, all things. All right, so when we say all things, Cynthia, give me some specific things. Is he going to restore my old tennis shoes, or what's going to be restored?
Our body, we're not going to,
Okay, our physical bodies.
our physical body,
Okay. What about our physical bodies need restoration?
our mind. If you got in an accident, you're missing a limb, you're going to have both limbs.
Okay, all right.
Our heart's going to be restored. Like if you had an evil heart and you repented, it's going to be cleaned.
Okay. All right, so those are some of the things that are going to be restored.
Yes.
All right, very good. Okay, that's good enough right there. Just want to make sure we're picking up what we're laying down. Luke chapter 2, verse 38. Who's got that one? There we go. Thank you.
And coming in the instant, she gave thanks to the Lord and spoke of him to all those who looked for redemption in Jerusalem.
All right, and the simple question, who will bring redemption?
The Lord.
Yes, very good. Okay, so let's look at Matthew 19:28. And we need to look at what will happen at the renewal of all things according to Jesus. The words of Jesus in Matthew 19:28. What will happen with the renewal of all things? All right, go ahead, Giovanni.
So Jesus said to them, assuredly I say to you that in this regeneration, when the Son of Man sits on the throne of his glory, you who have followed me will also sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Okay, so what's going to happen at the renewal of all things according to Jesus, Matthew 19:28?
Judgment of Israel?
Is that what it says there?
Looks like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, so I guess we do got time for this one here then. And Jesus' prayer, many of you know his prayer. It's found in Matthew chapter 6. It's also found in Luke 11. Jesus prays, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Some of you memorized that as children, or some of you just memorized that as time went on, or it's familiar to us. So the way things that are done in heaven are now, it's basically going to be the answer to that prayer. The things on earth will be done exactly the way they're done in heaven. So he taught this to the disciples, and he was relating to them the restoration and the renewal. This is something that I wanted to just kind of emphasize, that's where God is going with the redemption of the earth. He's restoring things to exactly the way things are run in heaven. This is how he wants to run the earth. Okay, so it's 10:42. So I want to open up for any kind of questions or comments right now. Yes, Giovanni. Eric, you want to come real quick?
Yeah, so I think it was like the first scripture, or when I came, it was the first scripture I heard. It was Romans 8:19.
Mm-hmm.
And it said something along the lines of, we eagerly waiting the return of the sons of God. I think it said that. I was kind of curious because it said sons of God. I'm not sure who that is.
Okay, let me get to that verse. Okay. Yet what we suffer now is nothing compared to the glory he will reveal to us later. For all creation is waiting eagerly for that future day when God will reveal who his children really are.
Okay, so it's not about Jesus.
Well, it is about Jesus restoring the earth and how the earth has been waiting
Okay,
to be renewed and restored. Yeah.
okay.
Yep. And that is, let's see. That's the New Living Translation that I'd read from. The Amplified Version would say this. We're looking at verse 9, is that correct?
No, I think it was verse 19.
Verse 19. Yeah. For even the whole creation, in the Amplified Version, all nature waits eagerly for the children of God to be revealed. For the creation was subject to frustration and futility, not willingly, because of some intentional fault on his part, but by the will of God who subjected it in hope.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments this morning? As we were able to do three days, we did 13, 14, and 15. So we made some good room. But, as we're going through this study, we're taking our time with the scriptures on what God says about the new earth. Understand the new earth is part of the experience that we will experience in our experiences of heaven. Yes, Brother Rick. He's coming with the microphone right now.
You get the book, because I try to look it up on the church app and it's just too small. I cannot, read the.
Can you make it larger with your fonts on your phone?
Not really, and maybe I need to get a computer or something. It just seems, but they sell the book though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. I could email you the PDF,
Yeah,
but you're probably going to run into the same problem if you don't know how to increase the font size of your phone.
yeah. And so, no, I tried reading it the other day. It just seemed too small. I was like, and so, all right, I'll try to see if I
Okay,
can
Melissa's
find the book.
raising her hand back there. Can you take the microphone to her?
All right.
You can open the app on a computer as well. You just go to connect.corpuschurch.com and you can read it on a big screen, or you can use your fingers to make it bigger.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, you can enlarge it.
But even there on the app, you could download it, and if you have an EPUB reader, you can move it there and then just increase the font size there.
Yeah. Okay, anything else? George, hold on 1 second. We got people listening online, so this is why we want people to just speak on the mic, just in case.
Oh, it was in regards to that, so I'd rather pass the mic to someone that has a real question. It was in regards to...
That's okay, you have
to
a
the
real
book.
question, just ask it.
No, it's not a question. Or just...
You have a
if he
comment?
wants to,
Okay, go for it.
just the Barnes & Noble, and they'll order for you if they don't have it in.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, yeah, I appreciate
I
that.
do it all the time with
Okay.
DVDs as well.
All right, very good. You can always order it. All right, is that it? Okay, very good. All right, so we're going to stop our Sunday school. We'll get ready for service, and we'll believe God for a great time this morning. God bless you.